Hello again, I'm Jacqueline Pinnock. This is the last part of lesson 1 of the law of success for people with disabilities and their families. I am their family's part of that equation. My father has succeeded, failed, and succeeded again in business. He has severe cerebral palsy. We believe in do the best you can in a short time and correct it as you go philosophy. In parts 1 and 2 of this series, the film team, Miss Rosete and I boldly adventured in the unknown. My dad believes thrusting us into the unknown as a learning tool. We have endeavored to learn from parts 1 and 2 in this video. We have much more to learn. So let's get started. Let's do this. Welcome back to our program, Miss Rosete.
It is my honor to return to the program.
What weaknesses need to be corrected before you start a business?
The law of success is about transforming your personality so you will succeed in life and in business. The introduction says most people fail in life and in business because they do not correct the following weaknesses. Number 1, intolerance. Number 2, cupidity. Number 3, greed. Number 4, jealousy. Number 5, suspicion. Number 6, revenge. 7, egotism. 8, conceit. Number 9, taking without earning. Number 10, spending more than you earn.
How do you correct your weaknesses?
Lesson 1 gives 6 broad methods to correct your weaknesses to succeed in business. 1. Imagination. You must imagine your business. 2. Cooperation. You must skillfully and tactfully get others to follow your business idea. 3. Harmony. You must negotiate your way through life with harmony and poise, free from disagreement and friction. 4. Personality. You must actually take an interest in others, such as friends, customers, not a superficial interest. 5. Organized effort. You must delegate and coordinate everyone in your life in an organized way. 6. Education. You must learn everything you need to do business.
How can the 6 methods help?
Lesson 1 gives 16 lessons to apply the 6 methods. The author added a 17th lesson after the book was published. The lessons are: the mastermind. People with disabilities or their families must work together in perfect harmony. Definite chief aims. People with disabilities or their families must have a burning desire to achieve a business purpose. Self-confidence. The people with disabilities or their families must learn to defeat the fear of rejection and overcome the feeling of hopelessness and despair, and must believe they can operate their own business. 4. Habit of saving. People with disabilities or their families must learn to save money and avoid buying what is not needed. 5. Initiative and leadership. People with disabilities or their families must learn to take correct action without being told what to do and learn to lead others. 6. Imagination. People with disabilities or their families must learn to be creative. 7. Enthusiasm. People with disabilities or their families must be motivated. 8. Self-control. People with disabilities or their families need to control their emotion and control talking about the disability. 9. Habit of doing more than paid for. People with disabilities or their families must work harder than other people. 10. Pleasing personality. People with disabilities or their families must get investment money for the business. 11. Accurate thinking. People with disabilities or their families must learn to decide what information is important and not important. 12. Concentration. People with disabilities or their families must use all their efforts on creating their business. 13. Cooperation. People with disabilities or their families must learn to work with other people. 14. Profiting from failure. People with disabilities or their families must learn not to give up when they fail. 15. Tolerance. People with disabilities or their families must learn to tolerate ignorant people. 16. Practicing the golden rule. People with disabilities or their families need to treat people good. 17. The universal law. People with disabilities or their families need to change their habits.
What is lesson 1 about?
You need to think to create a business. Thinking is the greatest power. Thinking allows us to organize and classify knowledge. We gather knowledge by ourselves or from others. Once you have a business idea, you must have a mastermind. The next step is to have an alliance with 2 or more people in perfect harmony. The lesson believes, mind sends and receives vibrations from other minds. The lesson believes in mind chemistry. The theory is, certain minds are attracted to each other or some are not. The law of attraction is briefly discussed. This means we are attracted to people like us. Also, we are attracted to our environment. So, if we are in a bad environment, we will not improve. To create economic power, you must create a mastermind. You cannot have a mastermind with a strong negative mind. A creator of a business should not use fear, force, or persuasion to get others to cooperate. Great business leaders blend minds with mind chemistry. Also, the great business leaders use the law of attraction. With these 2 methods, they create a mastermind.
Thank you, Ms. Rosete, for providing valuable information for people with disabilities and their families. The next video will be on creating a definite chief aim. Between now and then, I have an exercise for you. Each day, for 40 days, repeat the following. For 40 times a day, with or without a disability, you can start or operate a business if you have the burning desire, a mastermind, and a definite plan. Thank you for watching the show, and always remember, you can do it if you believe you can. Remember, my name is Jacqueline Victoria Pinnock.
Changing the road before the rain.